All right, what is up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Coming at you guys with another viewer request. We're going to actually take a look at Pawn today. This is the Marlin token. We're going to go over the daily chart structure, all right, and some of the different strategies that I use to spot, potential entries as well as potential exits. Specifically, if you use the RSI and the MACD and you start to combine those things together, you can really get a really good edge in the market. Trading is like going to battle. It's like going to war. You need to have the proper weapons at your disposal and know how to use those weapons so that way you can increase your odds of success on the battlefield. We'll also take a look at the current chart setup and zoom in on things a little bit more so you can see, what it is that I'm currently looking at after we go over how I find, what I look for and really just, give you guys a good breakdown. It's going to be unbiased. We're going to go over the bullish and bearish possible scenarios and really go over what you guys need to look at and need to look for. So that way you can, start learning some of this stuff on your own and really start to do it on your own without having to always go to YouTube as a resource to find updates and different things like that. So make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Real quick, we're going to go over the disclaimer. The content provided in this YouTube channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. Myself and any individuals that appear on this channel are not registered financial advisors or brokers. Trading in stocks, bonds, commodities, and cryptocurrency involve a significant risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. So be sure to read through the full disclaimer before moving forward. And we'll go ahead and jump into the daily chart structure that we have here currently. One of the first things that you may notice is we have these series of yellow lines right here. What these are the major Fibonacci retracement levels. Specifically, these are the three most common and well respected. I do have a whole Fibonacci, tutorial. I have several Fibonacci videos. But the ones that I like to use is the 61.8, 50%, and 38.2. As I mentioned, those are the most well respected and most commonly respected. There are a couple others, but I try not to flood the screen with a whole bunch of price levels, right? And so you use these to identify trend continuation because nothing moves in a straight line down and nothing moves in a straight line up. Rather, you get a move down retracement continuation of the trend or move up retracement continuation of that trend, right? And so we can see here, once we get this big move down, we have a retracement up to the 61.8, and then we continue that trend and continue heading lower. Right. We can see we do that again over here. We move down, we retrace, and you can also use these to spot reversals, guys. So if you move down, retrace, consolidate, and break through those retracement levels, that's how you can spot a potential upside reversal. Now, we didn't get that here. We got the trend continuation. Over here, we did break out past our 61.8% level, but you can see we weren't able to flip it to support from resistance and really get the breakout that we were looking for. Rather, we had what's known as a look above and fail. And it's pretty significant because right here, bulls are really presented the full opportunity to, take advantage of the breakout past the 61.8 and get the retest and really push up higher and break this trend line that we had established here. And they failed, right? So rather than, bulls taking advantage of the opportunity, it shows that bears were in control. So a look above and fail is pretty significant and going to indicate you're going to head towards the bottom end of the range, whatever range you're trading in. And we can see that that's what happened. Now, you may see a bunch of these circles on the chart. These are how I spot divergences, okay? Specifically a divergence on the RSI, which this is your relative strength index. It's going to measure the relative strength of a stock or token or cryptocurrency at the given price levels that it's at. So if you see here, we have a low, then we have a lower low, then we have a lower low again. Now, what do we have on our RSI? We actually have a low, then an equal low, and then an equal low again. So we maintained relative strength and stayed flat here while the price of the token was going down. So in this case, this would be known as a bullish divergence. And you can see that we ended up getting a strong move to the upside afterwards. Now, if you combine that with the MACD, okay, you can spot potential entries and exits, right? So if you see here, this red line crossing above the yellow line is typically known as an entry signal. You can see that we get the bounce off of the bullish divergence line, and then we get the MACD entry signal here, right? And what do we get? A very strong push to the upside afterwards. All right, so that's one of the main things that I like to look for in trades is I want to see if there's any type of divergences, right? So I just went over a bullish divergence. A bearish divergence is going to be the exact opposite, where you have a high here, right? And we're making these higher highs now. So clearly the price of the token's in an uptrend, but now the relative strength index is making a high, a lower high, and a lower high. So we're actually losing relative strength while the price of the token is going higher. But this is a term known as bearish divergence, all right, and indicates you could see some type of bearish activity, right? And what do we see here? We see the red line cross down below the yellow line here on the MACD. And so we get about 2 sell signals from the bearish divergence and then also the MACD sell signal. And you see we had a sharp move to the downside, right? So now we kind of went over all of the things that I like to use, all right, the fibs, all right, I like to use the RSI and also the MACD. All right, those are some simple things that really, beginners could even actually start doing. It's not too hard once you understand just a few simple concepts. Now, this is our current daily chart setup. If we zoom in a little bit more, we do have a chart pattern here. We have a little bit of a symmetrical triangle. And so this could go either way, right? We could break out to the upside or we could break down to the downside. We need to pay close attention to the 2 trend lines that we have and look to see what's going to happen. Now, if you take a look, we have our major Fibonacci retracement levels there, right? So after we had this strong move down, we retraced, but similar to over here, we had to look above and fail. So we did come up above this 61.8% retracement level, but rather than bulls finding support and pushing the price up higher, they failed, and it showed that bulls did not have control, rather bears had control, and we saw a strong push down, and we're heading back towards the bottom of this range right now, getting very close to really approaching the bottom of this trend line here. Now, something we need to be cautious of, okay, and stay aware of is we could be forming a bear flag right here, and this could be bear flag consolidation. So if we break through this area right here, we could end up seeing a breakdown of that trend line as well and a strong push to the downside. So definitely be mindful of that. We can go bullish, okay, but we're going to need to break above the 61.8, which is 0.011630, and flip that to support from resistance. If we can do that, we have the potential to get an upside breakout. Below that level, 0.01099 and 0.0103 are going to be some other major resistance levels to the upside. All right. So, that's really the main levels that I'm looking at currently on Pond when it comes to, that. If you take a look, most recently we had a MACD sell signal and we've had a pretty strong push to the downside now. I don't have any divergences currently. Okay. We're making higher highs on the RSI while we're making higher highs on the price action. We're making higher lows on the price action, and we're also making higher lows on the RSI. So, no current divergences. We did get a MACD sell signal. If you're bullish on this, you're going to look for this red line to cross back above the yellow line on the MACD, and that could be potentially an entry signal. And if you think that this is going to keep going lower, you really want the MACD to trend lower than 0, right? And the further down it gets from 0, the more bearish momentum it's going to have. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I do want to mention I do one-on-one Zoom sessions as well. So if you're interested, you can email me at zackleytrades@gmail.com. I can take a look at a few different cryptocurrencies if you want, show you guys, just give you guys some of my own technical analysis, let you know if I'm seeing anything, any patterns or any divergences or any indicators of possible future bearish activity, or we can do a one-on-one coaching session and really just coach you guys on some of the different indicators and different strategies that I use to navigate the cryptocurrency market, as well as go over how to set up your screen and really set up the different indicators that I use whenever I'm trading. So if you want to do that, email me at zackleytrades@gmail.com and we can try to set up a session. I do 30-minute or 1-hour sessions. Appreciate you guys making it this far in the video. If you did, most likely you're going to enjoy one of these next 2 videos as well. So make sure to click on one of those.